Hi, my name is Alna from twinsmommy.com, and for today we're going to talk about the secrets to creating a content pillar for your new blog so that you can gain lots of traffic. Now, if you don't know what a content pillar is, what I think about it, are like categories in your niche. So once you have that great niche of what you want to write about, you need to categorize that niche into these pillars, and that's where you can create your content strategy from those pillars. Now, if you think about it, for my YouTube channel, I am having some difficulty with these content pillar ideas, right? I have a solid one with Pinterest. Every Pinterest video that I pump out usually gets some good views. So I know that's a really good pillar for my YouTube channel. Digital products is becoming a content pillar. I'm creating a little bit more about digital products and it is getting more views. And then my third content pillar is blogging. So lots of blogging content seems to drive up views on my channel. So those are the three main ones. And then I'll toss in like a YouTube, I'll toss in like affiliate marketing, I'll toss up some other videos in there. And that's how you should treat your content pillars on your blog. Now, the biggest secret to creating a content pillar or content pillars is that they have to be cohesive. They have to work together if you're creating more than one. And I suggest that you create more than one. I don't want to go to a channel on YouTube. I don't want to go to a blog that is only about baking cookies and every post is about some cookie recipe. You need to broaden that category to baking goods and then broaden that category to maybe having another type of category that your audience would like that's cohesive to baking goods. It could be decorating then, right? Decorating goods, right? They go together. People who want to bake cookies probably want to see how you decorate those cookies, right? So you have two content pillars that work together, and that's how you should think about it. Now, another variation of this is you can create cohesive content pillars based on your audience type. So when you look at it by itself, they may not look like they are cohesive, but they attract one core user or core audience member. So for example, on Twins Mommy, I focus on content for mom bloggers, especially for little ones. So mom bloggers. And so my content pillars on Twins Mommy surround that lifestyle, time management, making money at home. So being a mompreneur, finding aspects of that, and then working from home. All that encompasses productivity tips, time management tips, balancing, all of that. Right? So I have the productivity or working from home, the mompreneur stuff. So the ideas to make money at home. And then I'll throw in some blogging stuff. I always throw in the blogging stuff because as a mom blogger, you want to improve your blogging, right? So I'm a mom blogger that fits that audience. So I want to improve my blogging as well. So the biggest secret is to make your content pillars cohesive, topical cohesiveness or audience focused cohesiveness. Pick one and stick with it. Now, should you have more than 3 content pillars? I don't think so. I think 3 is the most you can have. 2 is probably okay. So for my freelance writing blog niche that I have, my content pillars are around the actual writing tips. So becoming a better writer. It's about jobs, finding jobs and niches and ways to source clients. And then my last pillar is whatever is left over. So while I do focus on those 2 big pillars, my other pillar might be, freelance content. So in particular about like how to onboard clients and things like that, but it's few and far between because I do focus heavily on new writers. So improving that skill set as a freelance writer and then the job aspect or client work. I am playing around with expanding my content on that blog because I have been doing it for almost a decade. So with content pillars, they can evolve and they can merge and they can broaden. Don't think of this as like this is the only way, okay? Now, if you have a lifestyle blog, you can have a couple more categories, so maybe 4 to 5, as long as each pillar gets the attention that it needs. If you find that you're only writing your one pillar of postpartum tips, but you're forgetting your pillar about recipes, then maybe you shouldn't have that as a content pillar, right? It could just be with those one-off pieces. So as long as you can create consistent content within those pillars, then you can have up to 5. All right, especially for a lifestyle blog. It's a little bit harder when, let's say, you are a blogger that blogs about kid crafts or that blogs about home decor or organizing, decluttering, homeschooling. You don't need to broaden your blog to include a whole bunch of topics, just the core ones. Okay, so think about pillars that are cohesive, that address one type of audience you can do, and then also think about the pillars that will lead into a service or a product idea. Now that is key. That is key to anything that you're doing online, is to generate income. And so that's something that I had to learn with Twins Mommy. I started Twins Mommy with the idea of just sharing my journey as a work at home mom, right? If I go, I don't know what category, I split up my blog. So maybe like these are, look at all the categories I have. I have blogging, list building, productivity, mompreneur, twins, working from home. See, twins, I don't keep up very often. So I might remove that or just at least have it here for people to see, but it's not in my main ones here, I don't think. Let's see, if I go to more, I have blogging, list building, mompreneur, productivity. Oh yeah, I do have it all here. I have several categories. The productivity is something, and the list building especially, those two aren't benefiting a separate category. I like how it looks on the blog, but you can see the last time here I had to update this category because the last time was in 2022. So then I decided to add a new one in 2024. Same thing with productivity. All in 2020, I didn't even do anything in 2021, 2022, it wasn't until 2023. And same thing with twins. So those three could probably do away, and I can stick with blogging, mompreneurship, and working from home are the three categories that I mainly blog about. The other ones are just there as my content that I throw away, like, oh, I'm going to do a productivity content piece, a twin piece, I'm going to update about my daughter or whatever. And so I want to have it here and just people to see it kind of thing. But I do realize that it's probably not benefiting me. And so when I'm thinking of content pillars, it needs to lead to something. It needs to lead to a product. It needs to lead to something, right? So when I am creating something about 31 jobs paying 20 per hour, what's the end goal here? Well, I have lead magnets that are specific to my core audience. You want to make money from home, probably with a blog. So here is your blog planner. Or you want to make money from home? Well, here are 100 blogging tips to make $1,000 easily that are centered around, what is it? Blogging. So even though I'm writing about mom jobs and stuff, I'm hoping to cater to the blogger about this. Oh, here is an affiliate guide to ramp up your affiliate income. So I have all these incentives for people reading this. Oh, and then at the very end, if you don't have a blog, well, then I'm going to teach you how to start and grow a blog. I am trying with my content to funnel people, the right people, to sign up to my newsletter. All right. So anyone can read these blog posts, but if they don't want to start a blog, they don't want to do affiliate marketing, they don't want to do any of that stuff, then they don't need to sign up to my newsletter. Okay. The people that are on my newsletter though are moms. I did reach out to them for a Pinterest audit, and all the replies were mostly from moms, I believe, moms that have like decluttering niches, homeschooling niches, fashion niches, things like that. I know that's my audience. I am tailoring my content a little bit more so that I can start a new service. So with a content pillar strategy, you need to think about the end goal. And so my end goal is changed from my end goal 2 years ago on this blog. My end goal is probably going to be more towards Pinterest management. So I'm doing the audit. I have a Pinterest ebook, things like that, where maybe I can offer a service for Pinterest management or Pinterest audits, right? I can start charging for that, or Pinterest pin creation. I can be in charge of that as well. So there's a lot of opportunity that I can focus my content around to offer that. And that's more for like the work at home mom section of my blog about offering a service and things like that. So that could be something, right? I could also start creating more ebooks and more smaller masterclasses. That's more for mompreneur stuff. So I have some ideas in place of where I want the content to go on Twins Mommy. So once you figured out those little secrets that I dished out, that they need to be cohesive, they need to sort of serve one core audience, and they need to lead to an end product or service or something to make money. That's your end goal for these content pillars. So how do you actually create these pillars? If you're brand new to blogging, if you want to start a blog, you need to focus on these content pillars. I think the best method you can use is help with ChatGPT. That can give you some guidance on all of this process. So with ChatGPT, you can say, I'm starting now let's think of a blog niche that you can start. Think a decluttering and organizing blog. And I'm going to tell ChatGPT the audience for stay-at-home moms. I need what are some content pillar categories for this blog? Give me a list of 15. Okay. I want ChatGPT to give me just a list of these content pillar categories that can help me decide I want to focus on this, I want to focus on that, I want to focus on that. All right, so you can see there's a lot of angles you can have a decluttering blog for your audience. If they're stay-at-home moms, you can focus solely on decluttering tips, cleaning hacks, and storage solutions. That could be your trifecta content pillar ideas for that type of blog. Or you can be a little bit more broader and do decluttering tips, or not even decluttering, like mindful decluttering, budget-friendly organizing, and self-care for moms. That could be your focus. So mindfulness, being on a budget, and self-care. Or you can just go and lean into minimalism. So it's minimalism, decluttering, and organizing ideas for families. That could be it. And that's your entire theme about that. And in that, you can add some eco-friendly decluttering tips, productivity tips, things like that, and even budget-friendly. So you can see there's lots of ways to create these content pillars for your blog. So once you have something in place of the 3 up to 5 content pillars, then you can ask ChatGPT to give you some email lead magnet ideas. So you can grow your email list, funnel people from your blog, and then once you have them on your email list, you can start thinking of products to create for them. If I say, let's just do one topic for one content pillar idea of minimalism families, please give me 8 email lead magnet ideas that are guides, checklists, masterclasses, or webinar training. So I'm giving it and any other content formats too. I'm giving it the idea that I just don't want like the words. I want to know if it's a guide, is it a masterclass, is it a checklist, and see if it'll follow this. Let's see. It might just give me a guide, a checklist, and things like that. And now it's giving me a choice of which response I like better, which is fine. So I have a starter kit, which is kind of cool. I think that's neat if you want to attract an audience that wants to start minimalism. That could be your blog. That could be your whole theme is beginners, and then you have a starter kit to go with it. You can inspire them to have a challenge. That's a nice checklist, a 30-day minimalism challenge for families. That's really nice. So we have ebooks, we have an interactive workbook. Look at all these different lead magnets, and they don't have to be lead magnets. These could also be digital product ideas for you. So you can create the checklist that leads into webinar training that they have to pay. Right? There's lots of ideas here just for that one content pillar. So I didn't look at the other side here, but we have the starter kit, which is the same, the challenge, minimalist living for modern families. That's too vague, but creating a minimalist home for busy families seems a lot better. We have simplifying your home and life, a minimalist approach to families. These are too broad. I think I like this one better. So if we go with this, I would definitely have like a starter kit. A challenger is always nice to have as a lead magnet. Those two could work in tandem together with your content when you're creating those blog posts about minimalism. And then you can sell every month. You can do a class where they, opt in for $30. And then you can go step by step on creating a minimalist home and how to do it. And then you can create an ebook. This may not be exactly right, but you can ask ChatGPT in this whole thread, like, give me some more ebook ideas that is more actionable, and it'll give you some more ebook ideas about minimalism. Workbooks are also nice. Your Declutter Your Home workbook, you can, again, ask ChatGPT to make it sound better as an incentive. And then if you have a video channel, then you can do a room by room makeover on your series, and then a printable. Here's a goal setting worksheet. Works well for the new year. So that's something that you can think of down the road. So you have lots of ideas to grow your email list, create those landing pages. I do have a video on how to create a landing page using ConvertKit so that you can start growing your email list. And then through that process, you can email them a newsletter and say, hey, can you take this quick 2-minute survey? I just want to know where your biggest challenge is, right? So you're asking them what is their challenge. And so you know from your audience, their biggest challenge is a messy home. Their biggest challenge is finding time. Their biggest challenge, you'll find which one is the most, and that's where your product will be. That's where you can funnel people into your product. All right. So that's how you can start creating those content pillars that work for you. But let's back up a bit and get excited thinking of the sales strategy and the funnels and all that stuff. But it all starts with those blog topics. I am going to create another video about writing a blog post, so I'm not going to go too much into this, but I did review, like I said, with the Pinterest profile audit that I am doing live on my channel, so you can check out the live replay. A lot of the blog content did not have actionable tips, actionable advice of something to make me want to do something. So if you want your audience on your new blog to actually take action and follow you, you need to create content ideas about that. So if we're doing minimalism in family, you can do your research on Pinterest and see what content pieces are coming out, what pins are coming out. You know, for me, if I want minimalism, I know that I have too much stuff. I need a decluttering content piece. I need to know how to do it, but it's too overwhelming for me. So, you know, I need to find actionable blog posts that will help me not be so overwhelmed, but that will help me actually do the things. So you might have a blog post of 5 things to declutter from your drop zone area. Sorry, I'm not familiar with that term, but it's popular on Pinterest. Is it drop zone? Yeah, your drop zone. I have a post here on SpongeX about drop zone. Your drop zone in the house, that's popular, this drop zone. Focus on one small thing. 5 things to declutter to make your drop zone easy, or something like, I don't know what another way to say this, like your mudroom. Maybe your mudroom would be something smaller. The words aren't coming to me right now, but I can say something like that. Create blog post ideas about when you have hectic mornings. I'm just going to give it all out here. So create 5 blog post headlines and see what it does. So 5 simple steps to declutter your mudroom for stress-free mornings. Yeah, something like that. That's perfect. 5 decluttering tips for easier morning routines. There you go. 5 ways to declutter and streamline your space. Maybe 5 decluttering strategies for quick and easy mornings. I like this. I like this whole thing for the mornings, because as your core audience, if you find out if your audience are stay-at-home moms and they need to rush out of the house for, you know, dropping off their kids at school or whatever they need to do, then this will appeal to them. And it's actionable because I'm giving a list number of tips. These are tips here. Okay, so I like the tips, the steps, the tips, the strategies, the steps. That's what gets me to click. These are steps for me. These are strategies for me, and they're easy. They're easy and they don't take a lot of time, and I'm going to have easier mornings. They're going to be quicker. I'm going to be more organized. I want to read that post. When you do that, you have your template of the 5 decluttering tips for a quicker, easier morning. Boom. Within that, you can have your starter kit. Do you need more help to minimize your entire life, your home? Here's my starter kit. Download it. And then in that, you can start sending them emails like, hey, I have a, upcoming webinar at the end of the month or whatever. Host a webinar. It's only $30, right? I'm going to give you a workbook that's, a month by month workbook kind of thing to work through, or something like that. Or it's going to be a guided challenge, something like that. Hopefully that helped you in creating content pillars and what you see about them and how they relate to your strategy as a blogger and how you can start making money as a blogger. Tell me in the comments below if you found this helpful. And if you want to see more YouTube videos about this topic, just let me know. Otherwise, like this video, give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next video.